Car culture in 2022. That is the topic of today's video. I really wanted to go into this because it seems like a super relevant topic at the moment. You know, COVID is pretty much over at this point. Car meets are back, all of that never really stopped. But car culture is in full effect once again. I wanted to go into, is the community as a whole in a positive state, a negative state? Is it something worth getting into right now as a beginner? Is it too toxic? Is it super welcoming? All these questions are gonna be answered today by yours truly. My name's Chris. Let's get right into it. Now, for context, I drive, as I'm sure most of you know if you've watched my videos before, a 2006 M5 E60. Great car, cost me way too much money, but I love it. Now during this video, I'm going to be packing up some orders from my Car Culture clothing brand, Apparel by Enemy. You can go check that out, the website's down in the description. Let's get to it. So first up on the orders today is an XL Apparel by Enemy Car Culture hoodie. Enemy Automotive Club print on the back. But we're gonna pack this order up and talk about car culture. It's a topic I've been passionate about for a long time, and I think it's important to, if you're looking to get into car culture at some point, right now in 2022, I wanted to answer the question, is now the time to get into it or not? Also, can we just appreciate that super clean fold job? I used to be so bad at this when I first started my company and I was packing orders. They looked so sloppy. I barely knew how to fold clothes before, but now we are an expert at folding squares. It's great. So the first thing I think people need to consider when getting into car culture right now is, first of all, the costs of owning cars in 2022. With everything going on in the world right now, gas prices as of June 2022 are insanely high at the moment. My BMW M5 is the V10 model, it's the S85 engine. It's a 70-liter tank. Costs me 160 Canadian dollars to fill up on premium right now, Ultra 91. And that hurts the wallet almost every time. And then when you look at car prices in general, during COVID they were at an all-time low. But now with the inflation we're hitting these days, things have gotten so insane, like I said, with gas prices, just the cost of living in general. In the clear bag goes in the poly mailer. If you want to do some research yourself, depending on what car you're into, my advice is go online onto Auto Trader or whatever car purchasing website you use and look at the prices of the cars right now. For me, for example, I follow the price of my car and cars I'm interested in. Over the past year, the prices have risen by anywhere from, 10 grand to up to like 40 grand. Also in every order, of course, you gotta throw in some free stickers. We got the Enemy Nissan Silvia S13, and of course, just the plain old Enemy logo. This one's super clean, I put it on my laptop. Some of my customers stick it on their car. It's always a good look. Flap stickers coming very soon. I would love to make some. I just gotta get around to designing them. Hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll have some available. As I was saying, with these car prices right now, it's difficult if you're just starting out and you don't actually have your car yet to get into car culture because things are just so ridiculously expensive that it's just tough to start, Now that doesn't mean you can't get into car culture. You don't have to own a car to, be into cars and be into the car community. The next best thing you can do is start going to shows, start going to meets, follow your favorite car guys on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. Speaking of which, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Chris Manjuris. I'll put it right here. Same on TikTok and obviously YouTube here. If you guys are liking the video and you want to see more car content, make sure you like and sub. Helps me out so much. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs right now. It's gonna be a huge celebration when I get there and the channel, starts to really take off. That's my dream, so I appreciate all the support so far. Close up bag number 1. First order packed. The only thing that still needs to go on here is the shipping label, and then we send it out to the customer. But yes, there's no reason you can't be involved in the car community even if you don't have a car. The best way to do it in person is start going to car meets, car shows. If you're from a city, you can find groups on Instagram that are gonna be able to get you out there, get you around car people, and then you'll start to know which car you wanna buy, whether you wanna get into it, which one you think is best for you, and it'll give you some idea of price. So first thing, in terms of price, car culture in 2022 is absolutely awful right now because the price of cars is just so high. Price of cars and gas, it just hurts the wallet and is super unfortunate, to be honest. It's a sad feeling, when you try to avoid driving your car just to save on gas, which is something I've had to do because I'm off at school right now. I'm living away at school. Home is about 2-3 hours away, so if I ever want to go visit, it's about half a tank, which is like an $80 trip for me. And that's tough to do on a regular basis, so I totally get it. In terms of price right now, car culture in 2022 is in a very bad spot based on inflation, because we're getting hit the hardest. Look at all those stickers. I'm gonna be designing a bunch more. I really wanna do like the cars from the Cars movies, you know, those street racers? I'd love to do stickers for those guys, or the Fast and Furious cars, something like that, you know, something nostalgic people are gonna love. I would love to have, you know, the full crew of the street racers from Cars on the back of my laptop. That'd be super sick. Now, as I was saying, accessibility to car culture is at an all-time high with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, even Pinterest, and the in-person events coming back now that COVID is kind of on the way out. There's no better time to get out there and experience car culture than right now. I think it's also in a very positive spot in terms of toxicity. It can get iffy with car culture. There's people that are super kind. You're gonna meet some of the best people you've ever met in car culture. And on the same hand, you're gonna meet some of the biggest dicks you've ever seen. They're just gonna hate on your car no matter what. And that's kind of just the way it is. I've gotten lots of hate for my car. Like I said, with the M5, it's a car that lots of people say you should keep stock, you know, hold the value and all that. That's super boring. I want to be able to do stuff to my car. My car makes me happy, so if I want to lower it half an inch off the ground, throw a front lip and side skirt extensions on it, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And you should as well. It's a big rule to learn for car culture in 2022 is don't listen to people. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, if you want to mod your car in a specific way, wrap it a specific color, do something to it, go ahead and do it. Who cares? It makes you happy at the end of the day, and that's all that ends up mattering. By the way, most of the orders today are actually hoodies that I'm gonna be packing. But if you're interested, we also have some tees which are obviously cheaper than hoodies. This one's called the Enemy Stars tee. We just got the clean logo with the 2 stars right there. It's also on the back. This is a super clean, you know, gym tee, shop tee. Hot summer day, it'll keep you nice and cool. Go check it out. One of my personal favorites. Wouldn't you know it, the next hoodie we're packing up for a customer is another Enemy Automotive Club hoodie in green. This one's size small, not XL. Actually really pops really nicely. I like the way it looks on the smalls. I like the way it looks on all sizes, but this one looks extra nice because it's gonna cover the whole back area. In terms of the state of our culture today, one of the issues that we're dealing with right now is new laws coming into effect that make modding cars more difficult. Especially in the US right now, especially in places like California. We're seeing new laws that prohibit, you know, certain exhaust mods, lowering your car to a certain height. Things like that are becoming more and more restricted. Obviously, speed limits, we're seeing this here in Canada as well. Speed limits are starting to become stricter and charges are becoming more harsh. Not that we speed or anything. But the issue with that is it really discourages driving as an enjoyment, you know? And not a lot of people understand that. For 99.9% of people who own a car, it's something that gets people from A to B. But for people like you and I, driving a car is a form of therapy. It's a form of enjoyment. It's for pleasure. Whenever I need to clear my head and go out and, you know, just think about life, or I'm going through something, throw on some music, I get in the M5, head out on the highway and just drive and forget about my issues. And it helps. It does help a lot. And people don't seem to understand that. So, in terms of speaking on laws that regard car culture, it's becoming more and more difficult to build and enjoy cars in 2022. Something I've noticed at least. Not that this should scare you off or prevent you from getting into car culture. It's just something to be aware of when beginning to buy a car or mod a car or something like that. Fold it up, ready to go in the bag. Now, a question I get asked a lot straight up is, do I think the car community is toxic? And I don't think it's as simple as being a yes or no question. I think it all depends on who you surround yourself with in the car community, where you decide to go and what you decide to do in car culture. Takeovers, I advise against. Blocking down an intersection only to dangerously drift around and, you know, like block off the intersection so traffic can't get through, all that stuff. It's not worth putting you and other people in harm's way, and those are the places where bad things tend to happen. Now, as I stated earlier, there's always going to be people that hate on your car. There's definitely that toxicity in the car culture. It's kind of just the way it is. The best thing you can do is surround yourself with guys that appreciate you and just want you to be happy and have you build your car the way you want, just like you want them to build their car the way they want. Being able to laugh at yourself every now and then, I think that's important. When I started out, I had no idea about my car. I knew nothing. I didn't pretend to know, and I just took all the help I could get. and I used to get roasted all the time for not being able to work on my own car, which 99% of the stuff I still can't do myself. I've gotten a bit better, but there's no shame in that. You know, if you're enjoying the car and you're being positive to people, 90% of the time people are gonna be positive back. So as a whole, I don't think car culture is toxic right now, but there's always gonna be that toxic aspect to it, which just, I think, isn't gonna go away. Next one is in the bag. Order is done. We're gonna pack this one up. Let's get some stickers in the bag. The license plate on the Silvia S13 sticker actually says enemy, which is just a little detail we threw in there, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go with another Silvia S13 sticker in this one as well. Usually we have a wider variety, but I gotta order some more of our other designs. So for now, S13 is going in with the brand sticker. Next order is done. I will leave you guys with this final thought. If you're looking to get into car culture, the time is now. It doesn't matter. There will always be reasons not to do something. There will always be reasons to do something. You gotta take that step. You know, a quote I heard a long time ago, and it's something I've tried to live my life by over the past 1 to 2 years, I would say, is find your passion and then for the love of God, sprint in that direction, because you only have one life. You better not spend it doing something that makes you bored or unhappy all the time, you know? If cars are your thing just like mine, then surround yourself with that world. Dive straight in. Get that car. Who cares if it costs you a bit of money? People are never gonna understand that. Yes, you should save for a house and have a family and a job and put all your money in investments and all that good stuff, which you can do and still enjoy your hobby. So if you're looking to get into car culture, 2022 and the state of car culture right now is fine. It may be a bit expensive, there may be some toxicity, but there's lots of positivity and there's lots of good things. And there's so much reach with social media and all the different platforms you can use to show off your car and connect with people that like your car as well. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Chris Manjuris, on TikTok at Chris Manjuris. Comment below what you drive. I'd love to connect with you guys. You can message me on my brand Instagram, Apparel by Enemy. Go give that a follow, and you can stay up on all the releases we're doing. There may be an Apparel by Enemy car meet coming soon. I'm organizing it with a few other brands for this summer, sometime in August likely. So if you sign up for the customer email list, you'll be getting an invite there. It's all gonna be free. All you gotta do is show up. We got tons of prizes and food, music, all that good stuff. So I hope you'll join me for that. And I hope you'll join me involving yourself in this awesome culture that is car culture in 2022. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Very unscripted, very off the norm video. More content on the M5, more daily vlogs coming very soon. I'm gonna do a Car Guys Day in the Life here in Kingston, Ontario. Car Guys Day in the Life in Toronto when I move back home. So you guys can kind of see what I do on a daily basis with my brand and the car and filming and all that good stuff, filming TikToks, everything. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, make sure you like, sub, and comment if you did. Trying to get to 1,000. I can't wait for that to happen. We're at the high 600s right now, so we're over the halfway point. It's been a really slow grind, but I do appreciate every single one of you who've been here from the start and always comment. I do know your names and I won't forget them. Thank you guys, and as always, my name's Chris. See you later.